I tried to downsize it, but that was a waste of time.
I'm through.
Ever since then, my people have been tearing each other apart. One side wants the vault to stay open, and the other closed. They all know I'm the one in charge of pushing the button, so both sides have been giving me death threats. And I just don't know what to do.
Easy now, Mackenzie. Don't lose your head. Are you saying the boy was killed over his political decision?
Forget about the darn boy for a second, Camry. If the issue isn't solved soon, everyone's gonna have holes in their backs. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm in.
I get you.
The vault remaining open or closed isn't the main concern at the moment, Detective. I believe there's some sort of conspiracy among us.
Conspiracy?
Yes, but a week after the information was released to the public, strange rumors about an underground militia were forming. I paid it no mind until the bodies started piling. All of them supporters of the vault door remaining closed.
You have any idea why?
Not in the slightest, but whoever's behind it is giving me a message. I don't care who they kill or when, just as long as they support the closure of our vault. It's sickening, I know.
But I don't get it, Overseer. Folks want to leave, someone to stay. Why not just open the vault to those who wish to venture the wastelands? It's their grave and they're digging it. But heck, it's their choice.
You don't understand. I simply let the bill's non-supporters slip away and dwindled down our numbers for those that choose to stay.
Which means...
We won't last but another 5 generations. Nothing boils my blood more than people who've known each other their whole lives, just bailing overboard like that. Thinking for themselves is what they're doing. No, we'll shrivel up and die as a people if I let that happen. About 50% of the vault wants that darn door open. I won't let that happen. If we make a choice this big, we make it as a community. So whatever the state of the vault door is, everyone is going to respect that. If the door stays, we all stay. If the door opens, we all venture the wasteland together.
This bill is more serious than I thought.
More than you know, Mr. Camry.
But I don't get it. What makes that 50% want to leave so badly?
Like I said, they're too curious. If I let them take a peek out there, they'll try and run off, which will force me to have security put them down. That'll worsen things for the vault. I'm already trying to hold back a full-on war in here. If I let the non-supporters get a taste of life out there, they'll stop at nothing to go back.
So I'm assuming if you wanted the heat to be a little less hot, you turned it into a democratic decision, one that's up to the people and not you.
Yes, but that's only because the info was leaked. If it was up to me, I'd have the vault door closed, be done with this little venture.
So what exactly do you need me for, Mr. Mackenzie? Why an outsider? If Bunny's a private investigator here, why not just have her look into the matter?
She tried, but nothing came up. Time was ticking, and none of her methods were working.
That's surprising. The girl is quite a catch, you know.
As true as that may be, she didn't get through to anybody. Drastic times call for drastic measures, I suppose. So I had to slip away through the vault door under the supervision of Officers Jensen and O'Neill. The plan was for her to find someone that was smart, kept their ear to the ground, and absolutely no ties to the vault. It would be too risky to use someone else on the case from here. They're most likely fixated on turning down that bill.
She told me she sent out a radio transmission as well.
Yes, I put her up to it. Is there something wrong with that?
Don't do that. You can't just have anyone picking up a rogue transmission from a place such as this. I've met people out there that would kill to get the technology you guys have here.
Noted. For starters, I'd like...
Overseer Mackenzie?
Yes, who is this?
It's Bunny. We found something you'd probably like to see in the lab.
Does it involve the murder?
Yes.
Affirmative.
Then I'll be sending Mr. Camry down there. I have too much work to do with the public.
Understood. We'll be waiting for you, Detective.
That's probably about the blood sample you mentioned earlier. The medical wing is on the 4th floor. Now, she's probably with Dr. Daniels. He's the shorter man with sleek brown hair, probably wearing a lab coat. You can't miss him.
Thank you, Overseer. I'll see that justice is served in this vault.
Shit's got ambush all over it.
Oh, Walter, you're here.
I came as soon as you called. What's happening?
Walter, this is Dr. Daniels. Dr. Daniels, this is Detective Walter Camry. He's from the Wasteland.
Ah, so you're the outsider I've heard so much about. I'm glad to see our assumptions were wrong.
Yeah, we're not all bad. So you have that blood sample match for us?
It was a treat of reform. Done. Come with me, please.
So what's this here?
Though this may be news to you, Detective, modern vault technology has allowed us to analyze the exact same blood type and DNA strands of any getting shot with the perpetrator's first mistake, thanks to our friend Bunny here. Now that he's left a trail of his own DNA down the hall, it was only a matter of time before we'd match it. Heck, even leaving a single speck of blood on the ground could have meant his downfall.
Alright, Doctor. That was enough to excite an egghead. Bringing this town to justice is a real treasure here.
Good that you guys do this. I like it. Look, Marty Carlone. He lives on floor 3, room 4. Not too far from the crime scene.
Old man Carlone? Why, he couldn't hurt anybody.
No, Carlone was operating the most violent mob in. Security finally got moved together and had for about 30 years, I believe. A little short of a year or so, he got out. My guess is that Carlone's gang ditched him, making him
Imagine the future,
bigger and better
asshole.
things,
'Cause
like
you're not
joining
in
the
it.
underground militia I've been hearing so much about.
He couldn't have.
There's only one way to find out. Come on, Bunny.
I'm telling you, I'll never kill someone.
A likely story. I also hear that you ran a mob some 30 years ago. Want to explain that?
Yeah, but I operate in unorganized crime. But I'm a changed man now. Prison's reformed me.
I tried to tell them.
Really now? That's a first.
I mean it. I support the bill and all, but I would never kill anyone over it. You can even check me for bullet wounds. I've got nothing to hide.
Alright, wise guy. This genetic magic Doctor pulled out of nowhere is something I bought you. You own any guns?
A pistol. In my drawer over there.
Go get it, Bunny.
A licensed 9mm registered back in 42. I never had to shoot
He's right about one thing. The guns never get fired. The thing looks brand new.
History of guns back in your younger years, Carlone?
Of course not. I like to know most of Let's resort to beating most of our contracts to death, choking, or using blood options. The vault isn't like that. You can just pick up and there's rules, regulations in here. The guns are a rarity in my line of work.
And besides, Walter, our murder victim was facing a 10 millimeter, not a 9.
You really want to know why I'm not the killer?
Oh no, hello?
Alright, up you go. Come on, help me put him back in his chair, Bunny.
Of course.
Alright, back in your chair.
Now, Mr. Carlone, why on earth are you going to laugh like that?
Because that proves I didn't do it, you see? I have a bum leg.
She was right. There's no way an old, frail man such as Marty could get away so quickly in the hall, let alone the fact his leg hardly working. Something wasn't right about all this. How'd you get that bum leg there, Mr. Carlone?
Scuffle in the prison a few years back. Got jumped by Tom Morello's man on the inside. Broke my leg, but didn't get it fixed up right. Simple as that.
Then it's clear that the blood sample was wrong.
Yes.
Something's fishy in this case.
But our only lead is a sample, Walter. I don't think Mr. Carlone is guilty either, but where do we go from here?
I know where. Crime scene. Come on, Bunny.
Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Carlone. Well, we're here on the 3rd level, Walter. Now what in the name of the Overseer could be so important here?
Pay attention, Bunny. This place should have more significance than we thought, if I'm right.
I sure hope so. If we don't get any closer to the crook soon, I could lose my job, and you could lose your pay.
That won't be necessary. Now, Do you remember what exactly was going on when we stood here last night?
I believe we were a few paces from the elevator, walking and talking, just as we are now.
Yes, Bunny. You were showing me to my room, and the hall was bustling.
Yes, Walter, I know that.
Now stand here. And I was already standing here. So let's just keep walking.
All right.
Okay, stop.
So, what happened here?
About right here is when we heard the gunshots. The boy fell, and the masked man was slightly leaning from the corner of the next hallway.
Where are you going with this?
Now, take a step forward. Easy now. Okay, right there. You remember what exactly happened here?
Well, I think this is about where I pulled out my gun.
Exactly. Now do it again.
Pull my gun out?
Yes, Bunny. There's no one out here to see you.
Well, all right. Okay, Walter, now what?
Now I want you to aim it exactly where you did at the assassin. As accurate as you can remember.
Okay, I think I was about right here when I shot at him.
Good, Bunny. Now stay right there in that position, while I trace exactly where the sights are pointed. Oh, and make sure the safety's on.
All right, Walter, just hurry. My arm's getting tired.
All right. Just stay there. I'm about halfway to the wall now.
Ugh. Hurry, Walter.
Okay, I'm at the wall. Here we are.
Can I stop now?
Yes, yes. Come over to the back wall. You want to see this.
Now, what is it that's so important we had to come all the way down here for?
Trust me, it's well worth the visit. Now, do you remember how many shots you took?
Just 2. Why do you ask?
Correct. And how many made actual contact with the assassin?
Only 1. You know that.
Wrong.
What?
Look here, on the wall. Now what do you see?
Well, I think that's a dent from the shot I missed last night.
Exactly. And where do you think the second shot landed?
In the assassin, right?
Nope. Look here.
Why, that's...
A second dent. Meaning both rounds missed. Looks like you aren't too fancy with that gun after all, Bunny.
But that's impossible. I shot the killer dead on. We heard him scream and everything.
Ah, but on the contrary, he pretended to be shot. Faked the scream and all.
But wait. If the whole thing was staged and the man wasn't shot, whose blood was that down the hallway?
That's what I'm meaning to find out. Marty Carlone was framed. Come on, Bunny. We're going back to Dr. Daniels.
Detective, Bunny, what brings you back here so quick?
Your medical logs, Doctor. We want to see them.
My logs, Detective?
I may be a wastelander, but I'm not stupid. You must have a register of some sort.
You mean my personal medical documents of my patients? I know that this is a murder case here, Walter, but what you're requesting is something for a doctor's eyes only.
You're going to hand me your recent patient documents whether you like it or not. Now, where are they?
Oh, well, I keep my most recent ones in the filing cabinet down here. Here's a stack of this week's files. I'll put them on this table here. I honestly don't know what you're expecting to find in here, but I guess if it's in the name of justice...
Then why were you so defensive?
Well, I'm sure you wouldn't like to have some stranger looking through your belongings. Now, would you? Say, where's that Marty fellow? You catch him?
No,
What? Why?
because there's no need of him being caught. Ah, here we are.
Whose record is that, Walter?
The man we wasted our time interrogating. Looks like the doctor here had a little visit with Marty Carlone the other day.
Yes, I did. That's one of the files we used to get a match on the crook.
Oh, he's no crook, Doctor. We checked.
You mean you didn't cuff him? You just came and went? Detective, the man may look innocent and frail, but he's one of the biggest criminals the Vault's ever known.
That may be true, but he said the jail really changed him. He also said he was jumped in there by his family's former rivals, the Morelli family. Left him with a bum leg, and believe me, he tried to walk, but fell almost instantly.
And you believe that?
I was sure buying it. It says here that you ran a diabetes test on Carlone that day.
Yes, tested positive for type 2. Saddening, really, but I guess that's what he gets for performing such a gruesome murder.
Judging from my pre-war studies, That requires blood to be extracted. Am I correct?
Yes, it does.
All right. Where is it?
It's in the back room, where we keep all biological samples, but we can't get back there. It's a restricted area. Only authorized personnel are allowed in there.
Well, you're a doctor. You take us back there.
By golly, he's lying through his teeth. Why, Dr. Daniels?
No, I'm not. How dare you persecute me in such a way, and in my own office?
Then if authorized persons are allowed back there, go ahead and call them in. I'm sure they'd be glad to bring us a sample.
But I don't.
Now, Daniels,
All right, but I'm telling you, they won't.
just do as we ask.
Fine. Martha,
Yes, Dr. Daniels?
do we happen to have the Marty Carlone blood test vial in stock by any chance?
Let me see. Wait, Doctor?
Yes?
That sample's been missing for a day now. You know that.
What? No, I don't.
Yes, you're the one that told me.
No, I never. When did this happen?
Hold it right there, Daniels. Keep your finger on the button. Ma'am, this is Detective Camry. I want you to tell me all that you know about the missing sample.
Daniels had Mr. Carlone come into his office for a physical the other day. I asked how it went, and he said the results weren't good. I tried to pry a little bit more, but he said it was too much for a receptionist to know. Poor Mr. Carlone. He's such a nice man. But anyway, I was clocking out last night, and I couldn't help but see a strange man walk in.
A strange man? How strange? Can you describe him?
He wore a strange jacket with a hood on it. I tried to ask if he had an appointment, but he flashed a badge at me and walked on.
Could you make out the badge?
I don't know. It was too dark. But he walked towards Dr. Daniels' office, and he didn't come out for about an hour. Oh, it was very questionable.
Questionable indeed.
I don't need this. Please, Walter, if you'd let me explain.
Could you make out anything more specific? His build, perhaps?
Oh, yes. He was a notably large man. A little over 6 feet, I think.
And how'd you know the vial was missing?
When I came in the next day, some of the doctors were chattering about Marty's missing blood sample. They meant to have another small test to be certain he had type 2, but it vanished before they could do anything.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Interns, am I right?
Yep. Probably the most helpful one you've ever hired. Now spill it, Daniels.
Spill what?
Whatever went on between you and the mysterious man. You don't have a wall of lies to protect you now. You're finished. Just like this case is about to be.
I was bribed, all right? Took the bait and gave in. Is that what you want? Well, now you know it.
Why'd you do it, Doctor?
Yes, I've known you for years, Dr. Daniels. How could you frame poor Marty like that?
Frame? What are you talking about?
Don't pull that last-minute bunk on me, Daniels.
I mean it. I don't know what you're talking about. I just gave the man the vial. Nothing more was said after that.
Impossible. We found Marty Carlone's blood at the crime scene. The one you tested for us.